If you've seen the announcement trailer for the upcoming PlayStation 5 Pro console, then you've heard that it runs games in 8K. It's finally time to upgrade to an 8K TV, you might be thinking. But there's another voice in your head that asks you, is an 8K TV truly worth the premium? Hi, I'm Abby from RTINGS.com, where we're here to answer that question quite simply. No, it isn't worth it. Even though the Samsung QN900D 8K is a bright TV that provides an impactful HDR viewing experience and makes content look great, unless you've been living under a rock, you'll have noticed there is almost no 8K content even available. Yes, there's the Sony announcement we just mentioned, but aside from Gran Turismo 7 or F1 2024's 8K modes, or the odd 8K YouTube video, most of the content you'll be watching on this TV will be 4K or lower for at least the next few years. So then, the question is, how good is this TV for watching upscaled 4K content? Let's cut to the chase. It looks pretty good, as the upscaling is truly excellent on the QN900D. It won't suddenly make your 720p content look like native 8K, but it'll clean it up a bit and make it palatable on your high-end 8K screen. And of course, since 4K content is already so sharp, it still looks great on an 8K TV, especially one with upscaling like this. A bigger question for anyone even considering an 8K TV is how AI-based upscalers like Nvidia's DLSS or Sony's new PSSR will fare on an 8K screen. But 8K isn't the only unique thing that this TV offers. The QN900D comes with Samsung's One Connect box, so it has no input ports on the TV itself. This helps you clean up your setup, as you can place the box wherever you want, on the TV, on the stand, far from the TV, all of the above. It's also really useful if you ever want to wall mount the TV, although it comes with a stand and not a wall mount. The TV's ports are limited to 8K at 60 Hz and 4K at 240 Hz. Yes, you heard that right. It's the first TV on the market to be capable of running 4K games at 240 Hz. This wasn't something that Samsung emphasized in their marketing materials, but it's something that the media latched onto once this TV was released. This feature underlines the fact that the TV's primary appeal is likely to be for PC gamers. In particular, high-end PC gamers, who are going to be the only ones to have the hardware to push the TV's gaming capabilities. For those of you who aren't necessarily going to be pushing this TV to its utmost, or even for those of you who might, you might still be wondering about the TV's image quality. Well, good news for QN900D shoppers. It has outstanding contrast with its local dimming enabled. It's some of the best we've ever seen on an LED TV. And while it's not as good as what OLEDs can pull off, if you're shopping for an LED panel, this is about as good as it gets. Good stuff. If you are worried that it'll somehow be dim, don't be. It's very bright in HDR. It displays content mastered at 600 and 1000 nits very well, and highlights really pop on this thing. It does lose a lot of its HDR brightness in game mode, which is disappointing for a TV this expensive. It's still bright enough in game mode for an impactful HDR experience, but you'll notice the drop. Of course, if you're shopping for an LED TV at this price range, keep in mind that all other high-end LED TVs outperform this one when it comes to HDR brightness. The Samsung QN900D, the Sony Bravia 9, the TCL QM8, and the Hisense U8N. You name them, they're all brighter in HDR. So, it's very bright, but other TVs are brighter. This is a very colorful TV, even though most colors are slightly undersaturated in the DCI-P3 color space. Its color volume is also excellent, as colors are very bright and vibrant, and dark saturated colors are displayed well due to its fantastic contrast. But, and you knew there'd be a but, other high-end LED TVs have much better color volume overall, as they can just get so much brighter than the QN900D can. I'm starting to sense a pattern here. If you're an SDR brightness kind of person, fret not. The QN900D is very bright in SDR content, enough to look great in bright rooms. But here, it doesn't just get outperformed by other LED models, they completely leave it in the dust. Is the QN900D bright enough to look great in well-lit rooms when watching SDR content? Absolutely. Does it falter when compared to other high-end LED TVs? Also yes. Thankfully, it also has excellent reflection handling, although there's noticeable rainbow smearing when hit by glare. Most people don't notice rainbow smearing, but it is there. Alright, so we've quickly gone over this TV's capabilities. Does it perform well? Heck yeah! Its contrast is outstanding, it's super bright in HDR and SDR, and it has excellent reflection handling. It even has 4K at 240Hz support for high-end PC gamers, and oh yeah, it does 8K at 60Hz. Truly, it's a good product. But it doesn't exist in a vacuum. The QN900D is expensive. There's almost no 8K content available, and 8K won't be widespread for years. When it comes to watching 4K content, it competes directly with products that, frankly, outperform it. Take the Samsung QN900D, for example. The QN900D has much better contrast, absolutely. But otherwise, the QN900D, which is far cheaper, is brighter in HDR, is far brighter in SDR, and has better reflection handling without any rainbow smearing. This means that 4K content will look better on the cheaper TV, or frankly, any other high-end LED TV, than it will on the QN900D. So, should you buy the QN900D? Well, not unless you're a PC gamer looking to push your hardware to the limit. Although even the beefiest of rigs will struggle to run newer games in native 8K at a high refresh rate. For those of you shopping for a PS5 Pro, only a handful of games are confirmed to have an 8K mode, and it's not likely to be a widespread feature. And for gaming, this TV has another problem: OLEDs. To put things into perspective, the QN900D is more expensive than the very high-end LG G4. Yes, no OLED out there can do 4K at 240Hz in 2024, but what a high-end OLED has is better image quality, and for gaming, it has a near instantaneous response time. Ultimately, we can't really recommend the QN900D for most shoppers, as there is a better option at every price point, and almost all of them are cheaper than this TV. Well, that's all we have to say about the Samsung QN900D 8K. If you want a more detailed write-up on the TV, check out our written review. The link is in the description below. Until next time, I'm Abby from RTINGS.com, where we help you find the best product for your needs. If you're an SDR Brightness person,
I am.
you're an SDR Brightness person. All right. All right, I'm starting to sense a pattern here. All right.